So let me just talk about this spread here. So we're going to start with the first house, and the first house deals with your identity. This is usually, the rising sign, the face that you project into the world, okay? And the way you carry yourself, your personality and things like that. This is kind of like how other people see you. We have here the Page of Wands in the reverse position. The Page of Wands in the reverse position is usually a very combative energy. I feel that you are coming into the month of January a little bit irritable, a little bit impatient, and a little bit kind of like ruminating and dwelling on the past. You're looking at a past situation, and I do feel a little bit of like, I almost want to say like resentment, and I almost want to say like unfinished business being brought over, and like the unfinished business is happening in your mind. You're thinking about it, and I feel like you might be obsessing over it, but there isn't anything that you can do about it. So it's very important for you to, keep things into perspective. Be a little bit more patient, be a little bit more concise and clear and directed with your communication. It's very, very important not to channel this energy, because it usually indicates somebody who is, they don't communicate very well, and they can also, I guess, like rile people up for the wrong reason. Okay. So this is like, news that are, it's like somebody who might be misinformed and who might be spreading ideas and things that are not appropriate. So just be very, very careful with the way that you are projecting. Be patient when dealing with others. Watch the tone that you are interacting with other people, as well as, cultivate that sense of, I guess, like learning to sit still, learning to wait for things to come to you, rather than charging ahead to, rather than being too aggressive when charging forward and charging ahead. On the other side of the coin, the Page of Wands is somebody with a lot of ideas, and I feel like this is a very inventive, creative, impatient, but also very creative, very inventive, very intelligent energy. I feel that a lot of you are sitting on a lot of good ideas, and I feel that you want to move ahead, you want to charge ahead to make money from these ideas and to bring them into the world. But for whatever reason, the environment that you're dealing with, it might not be the right time, or the people that you're dealing with, the people around you, they might not be on board because they think it is too risky. So just be careful. And, we're still dealing with the tail end of that Mercury in retrograde, as well as the shadow period. So don't make any moves until the end of the month. And I feel that it's going to pan out well for you. Okay. These ideas are great, but the timing is not just yet. So don't push ahead for them. Okay. And I feel like other people are telling you this as well. They're telling you to wait, and wait. And you feel like, no, I need to act now. So it's really important for you not to jump the gun and to really sit down and reassess. Okay. I do feel some of you are carrying some type of, you're looking back at the past, right? And I feel like there is a little bit of like resentment. There's a little bit of like dwelling on the past, but you're not doing anything about it because it's in the past. It's out of your life. It's out of your control. And I feel that a lot of you are still trying to figure out something from your past. You're either looking into it, you're either like instigating it or something. So just be careful of that energy. Okay. Let the past go. We are moving into the new year. So charge forward ahead in this direction. All right. What's coming through in your second house here is the Eight of Wands. And the second house rules money and your values. So let's talk about money first. I feel like money is going to be just a little bit slow this month. I feel that you have enough abundance. Like there's financial abundance in your environment. However, if you are working on a client basis, for example, if you work off sales or commission, there might be a little bit of a slowdown. It's the beginning of the year when people are doing, their taxes, or when they're doing their fiscal report, their annual reports, or, the end of the year report as well. So I feel that there is kind of like financial uncertainty. That's why there is a little bit of a slowdown. So I feel that it's not, don't get worried about this, because I feel that it's just the normal business cycle, and especially the new year. So just be patient as well. Okay. The Eight of Wands indicates a lot of communications, a lot of opportunities coming through, either through email, some type of virtual communication coming in for you, for a lot of as to how you can make money. I feel like a lot of communications coming in from people where they're asking about things, but they might not follow through when it comes to the actual transaction. So there's kind of like, like dead ends, leads going nowhere, and like expending a lot of time on a specific situation just to pan out, just to know that the other people are going to pan out. So aren't going to pan out. So I feel like there might be, you might be thrown like dead leads. Okay. Just be careful about that and be very, very patient. Don't get frustrated. What I also feel with the Eight of Wands when it comes to your value system here is be careful about who you are sharing, secrets with. Be careful about where you are getting the sources of information, your sources of information. I do feel there is heavy, heavy philosophical debates, and I feel that it's really important for you to curb your tongue and, communicate in a way where it doesn't like tear the other person down. So, as adults, we can all have discussions, even though we don't agree on a specific thing. Don't make it an emotional discussion about, some philosophical topics. So, for example, if you don't agree with somebody, the things that they believe in, whatever it is, political, religious, whatever it is, argue more from, a rational standpoint rather than getting on a moral like high ground and preaching. So I feel that it's really important to be careful when it comes to communication for this month. I feel that you might not have, adequate information, and you might have read something without knowing it in depth, and then you might, try to pass it off as if it's the truth. And I do feel that it's going to rub people the wrong way. And there might be, if you're talking in a big group, for example, there may be experts on that field in that group. And I feel that you might get called out. So just be very careful, Aquarius. You are a very intelligent sign. And I feel like you can absorb and, for a lot of information just by gleaning something. So I feel that you tend to jump to conclusions. And a lot of the times your intuition and your intellect, guides you to the right conclusion. But I feel that for this month, especially with this heavy Mercury retrograde end cycle shadow period, it's really important for us to know our facts and where we're getting our information so that we are not, so that we can like back up our claims. Okay. Be careful about that. So money is a little bit slow. Especially for the first half of the year, but I do feel that it's going to pick up for you, okay? So we do have the third house, which deals once again with siblings and communication. We have the star in the reverse position, and the star in the reverse position here, it's, I don't want to say it's a bad card, but I do want to say that, communication can go awry where it can actually hurt people. I feel like big egos, I feel, pride, like somebody's pride being pricked. So that's the message that I'm hearing. So just make sure you communicate in a way where it is meaningful, where it's a little bit calmer, where you don't agitate other people. And likewise, if somebody is trying to engage you in a verbal debate and you don't really care for that topic, just, shake them off, okay? Don't let things escalate. Try to aim for de-escalation. Don't get yourself embroiled in a conflict with somebody that, is like, who refuses to see the truth. So it's really important to just curb our tongue, to be patient with other people, and to watch our communication. As it pertains to siblings, especially, and you could be if you're like the only child, I don't feel this is going to apply to you, but it does deal with communication. So maybe that message is the takeaway message for you. If you have siblings, step siblings, whatever the situation might be. When it comes to your siblings, we have the star in the reverse position, and the star in the reverse position, this is a card about, getting a sense of direction when it comes to our aspirations, our dreams, our spiritual journey. When it shows up in the reverse position, I feel like there's a little bit of like sibling rivalry comparison, comparing yourself to other, your sibling, or there's a sense of like, your sibling comparing themselves to you, there might be some jealousy. There might be some, like, I feel like a little bit of envy, a little bit of resentment as it pertains to siblings and responsibilities, and when it comes to household obligations, even the environment that you grew up in as well, you know, the family unit that you grew up in as it pertains to siblings. I feel like there might have been some type of imbalances, like unfairness. Somebody feels like they were left out. Somebody felt as if, you know, one parent favored the other child more. There's some type of envy going on in the sibling department. If the communication is starting out in that manner, just be patient with one another. Okay, because I feel like there is immense healing that needs to happen when it comes to healing, not family issues, but like, you know, either whatever problems, whatever estrangement that has happened between siblings. It's really important to just, you know, air out your dirty laundry and see where it goes. And I feel that for whatever reason, there is a little bit of a chip on somebody's shoulder, having, like, dealing with some type of resentment, having to take care of something, like feeling as if one sibling's very irresponsible and then somebody has to step in and play the role of like the fixer-upper, or have to do some damage control as it pertains to sibling relationships. I do feel that this is an area that is if you feel like there might have been some unfairness or some resentment, whatever the issue might be. And, you know, we grow up with one another as siblings and we know everything about the other person. So it's really important to, like, really try to see them as the person they could be rather than the person that they are right now, and work from that angle. Okay, I do feel a lot of healing needs to happen as it pertains to, like, family relationships, especially siblings. All right. The fourth house deals with family and the mother, and both of these cards are linked up so strongly with this heavy water energy. It just feels like a lot of it is drama created within the family unit growing up. And let me just talk about this. The Page of Cups. Let me talk about the mother. This is somebody that is a little bit of a you know, who's like attention seeking, for example. Okay. And I feel that they're going to be in a position where they're not able to help themselves. And when you look at this card, usually it indicates like a child, somebody who is a child or who is behaving like a child. And when a child, this is showing up in the reverse position, it basically means that their emotional needs are not met. They don't feel nurtured and loved and cared for. And when they don't feel loved and nurtured and cared for, they're going to lash out. And they're going to lash out in a way where it seems a little bit childish, kind of like throwing tantrums, saying hurtful things that they don't mean, and then pretending like they didn't say it. So I feel like, you know, when it comes to like a mother relationship, you're going to be called upon to deal with this person, and you're going to have to basically teach them to communicate in a meaningful way that expresses their actual needs, that is meaningful for other people as well. So rather than throwing tantrums and becoming and having that communication breakdown, it is really important to teach them, you know, how to communicate effectively so that they can get what they want, or they can get their point across in order for you to help them get what they want. This is also as it pertains to your family environment. This is a child. This can be your child that you're living with or taking care of. This is somebody who is quite manipulative. So be careful about deception. Be careful about exaggeration or like misrepresenting the truth. Okay. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit sneaky. And I do feel that they're warning you to be on guard. I feel like this child is doing a lot of attention seeking, but it's a water suit. It's not exactly a water sign, but it's a suit of water. So it's somebody who's very like covert. The things that they do is a little bit like under the radar. It's very subtle. It's hard to catch them in the act, but you know there's something distrustful about them. Okay, so it's a month for you to be extra vigilant, I feel. And I feel like this child feels very, very emotionally neglected. I feel this child feels almost like neglected, unloved, and, you know, like almost as if they're doing it out of a sense of resentment or frustration, or, you know, just screaming out for attention, but not wanting to draw the attention to themselves. So there is a little bit of a covert, sneaky behavior. Specifically, if it's a child of yours, I do feel a child with heavy water energy. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I do feel somebody, you know, under the age of 20. Okay. If you're dealing with a mother figure, this is a Sun, Moon, Rising water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, somebody that might be, they're not able, like, I feel like they're dealing with a lot of frustration. They're also feeling unloved, unappreciated. So there's a lot of healing that needs to happen in your family unit. And if you can do it for January, I feel that it's going to be really good for you. So this is a sore spot, I feel, for many of you, and it's important to straighten this area out. And especially if you're, you know, if you're the only child, I feel like there's some type of a chip on your shoulder here about feeling a little bit lonely, feeling misunderstood, and feeling as if you don't have a sibling to bounce ideas off of, or, you know, your mother might have, like, for example, might have wanted a boy and then you were a girl, or they might have wanted a girl and you were a boy. And so there is this overall sense of, like, feeling as if you couldn't live up to your mother's expectations. So that's coming through, especially for those who are, you know, only child or dealing with this. Okay. So what's coming through in your fifth house? In the fifth house deals with fun, recreation, creativity. We do have here the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords basically indicates messages, news, communication that is coming through very, very swiftly. Things that you might not want to confront, but it's not necessarily bad or good. It's just, you know, very straightforward communication. So a lot of you in this sector, it deals with flirtation. It deals with people that you're hanging out with and having fun with. A lot of you might be dealing with an air sign. So this is another air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And this is somebody who behaves also with a very, very young energy. I feel like, you know, this is what I call, like, somebody with good intentions is showing up in the upright position. They have a good heart. They have good intentions. And I feel like they might have a penchant for mimicking other people in a way where it might be hurtful. They might behave in a childish manner where they swing their sword about, you know, they might hurt people unintentionally with their words, with the thing they say, with mockery, or with, like, mimicry, or with, like, some type of communication that is not adult-like. And I do sense this is coming through in the environment that you're dealing with, as, you know, it pertains to, like, going out, having fun, and being even, like, flirting with somebody like this. A lot of you might be dealing with someone like this in your romantic sector. Okay, either you're dating them, or you are seeing them, like, you just started dating them, talking to them, seeing them, whatever the situation might be. I feel like you're heavily dealing with an air sign, and there might be a lot of similarities between you and them. So I do sense that thorough, honest, careful communication needs to be cultivated for this month, no matter who you're dealing with. I also feel this is somebody who's very, very honest, okay? And their honesty is almost brutal. It's almost like they're so honest that the things that they say might be a little bit embarrassing, and they're so honest that whatever you ask them, they might tell you way more than you want to hear. So be careful about this. I do see an overall energy of just be careful. Do not get involved into gossip and things like that. Don't overanalyze situations as it pertains to, like, gossip floating around, because I feel like it's coming back from bad people, and it's coming from distruthful communications, okay, and communicators as well. So keep your wits about you. Don't listen to, you know, riffraff and gossip as it pertains to your relationships and people that you're romantically linked up with, okay? So this is fifth house, sixth house. The sixth house is the Chariot, and this is a card that is really, really positive. So the sixth house deals with work, health, and your everyday routine. When it comes to work, this basically means, you know, in the mundane sense, commuting to work. So you might have a far commute, might have like a short commute. I feel like it's going to be a far commute. So this is like, you know, an hour, 2 hours away commuting for work. What I'm also feeling with this card is you're going to feel like you're in the zone of things. Work is going to flow really smoothly. And I feel that, you're going to catch your second wind. It's almost like knowing how to do things, understanding how things work, where you do it like automatically. You don't have to consult other people. Things are going really smooth and really well for you. This is also indicative of like, daily routine and things like that. I feel a lot of you are making very good progress when it comes to getting into shape, having a fixed schedule, having meal plans, having exercise routine and things like that, which greatly simplifies your life. And I feel that, you're doing so in a very good manner, like in a very productive manner. Overall, it indicates high productivity. It indicates like streamlined processes. Things are going according to plan, and you're kind of like on, automatic mode. Okay. As it pertains to your health, there's going to be a victory over health. And this is a card about a victory overall. So if you have been getting some, beginning of the year health checkup or whatever it is, like, going to the dentist, finding out you don't have cavities, going to the doctor, finding out your blood sugar is normal. So there's going to be some type of health, I guess, improvement, or even like victory over health issues. Okay. So if you have, I almost feel like if you have some, improper diagnoses in the past, if you had like, for some reason, I feel stomach issues, I feel like migraines, I feel like overall, whatever health issue has been plaguing you and you couldn't find like proper diagnoses, I feel like some breakthrough when it comes to being able to find whatever it is that ails you. So that's going to be coming through as well. Okay.